All right, so we are gonna start on 3 red springs. So just starting with some single leg footwork. So if you wanna get set up, 3 red springs. And then when you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and lay down. So just checking in with our bodies for a second here, taking a deep breath, softening your rib cage down. We're in neutral spine, so your weight's heavy in the tailbone, little space in the low back. And we're gonna come up to our heels. So our feet are on the bar, heels on the bar, feet in parallel, about hip distance apart. You're gonna take that right leg and lift it into tabletop. Deep breath in, exhale, go ahead and press away from the bar. And you're gonna pull yourself down into that bar with that left leg. So we're staying active in both directions. Slowing that movement down as we come in towards the bar. Imagine you're pulling yourself with your hamstring glute. Good, last 2 here. Last one. Awesome, let's go ahead and switch sides. So coming onto that right side, left leg's gonna come into tabletop. Deep breath in, press it out. So we're really trying to keep our hips in neutral and keep the weight even across the pelvis as we work here. Arms are at your sides, rib cage down and in. Nice long neck here, so reaching through the crown of the head. And last 3, 2, and last one. Awesome. So from here, we're gonna go into alternating. So we'll start on our left side. You're gonna take your right knee in towards your chest. And then as we come down, we'll switch sides. So a little bit of proprioception here. You're gonna kind of figure out where that bar is in space. Almost like we're marching. Last 2. Last one. Awesome. So moving to our toes here, we're gonna start on working on that left side. So right leg's gonna come up into tabletop, and we're walking down to our toes on that left side. Just pressing it up, dropping the heel, and then pulling yourself down into that bar. We've got 2 more here. Last one. Awesome. So we're going to stay working on this side. You're going to reach that right leg up towards the ceiling, and then this time as we press out, you're going to tap the bar with that right foot. Like a can-can kick here. So up, and then tap. Press it out, lower down. Last 3, 2, and last one. Awesome. So let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're coming onto our toes on that right foot. Left leg comes into tabletop. We're just holding that left leg in tabletop for now. You're going to press it out, pull it in. So again, active movement in both directions. Focus on how much can you slow it down as you're coming down into that bar. Resist the springs. Thinking about keeping that knee tracking over the toes, so big toe and second toe. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Just taking a little break here as we take your left leg, reach it towards the ceiling. We're pointing the toes. Press it out. Lower down. Going into our can kick here. So even as that leg is coming towards the ceiling, we're thinking about engaging through the hamstrings. So left leg stays super active. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Awesome. So just taking our feet to a wide stance, so walking the feet out and turning your toes out. So we're in external rotation. We've got both feet on the bar now. We're just gonna start by pressing out. So again, resisting the tension. As you're coming down, imagine you're pulling yourself into that bar to slow it down a little bit. We're still focusing on keeping our hips in neutral. Maybe that rib cage down and in. Last 3, 2, and last 1. All right, so walking your feet in just a little bit, so feet are about hip distance apart. You're gonna lift your right leg up. So we're still in external rotation, so you're gonna kind of feel like you're doing a little plie here. So you're gonna go ahead and press it out and pull it down. Press it out, pull it down. So feel that connection with the inner thigh. We're also feeling this on the outside of the hip a little bit more because of that external rotation. Last 3, 2. On this last one, we're gonna come about halfway down and then just 10 little pulses here. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Not done yet. Press it all the way out and extend your right leg all the way out. We're gonna lift and lower the right leg. So using those inner thigh, lift and lower. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming on back down. Whew, legs a bargain. So we're gonna come onto that right foot. We're still externally rotated here. Left leg lifts into the air. And we're pressing it out and pulling it in. About 10 reps here. Last 3, 2, and last one. Let's go ahead and come halfway down. 10 little pulses on that right side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it all the way out. Extend your left leg out. We're lifting and lowering the left leg using that inner thigh for 10, 9, 8, 7, flex through the foot, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Come all the way in. Shake it out, reach those heels towards the ceiling one at a time. Just kind of stretch those legs a little bit. So from here we're gonna go into some lower lifts. You're gonna come heels in, toes out, toes on the bar. Press it all the way out. You're gonna keep your legs extended out, so legs stay straight as you drop your heels and then press through your toes. So what we wanna feel here is a lift up through the pelvic floor. So it should feel like there's a zip up the midline of the body, drawing your tummy in as you exhale, feeling that connection. So we're using the entire leg and not just the calf muscles, even though they're feeling it. Last 3. Exhale as you lift, draw that tummy in. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Feet come into parallel. Go ahead and bend your knees, come on down. So zipping the feet together, we're curling the toes over the bar, we're on our toes. I'm gonna press it all the way out, lower the heels, and lift. So legs are staying extended. Still thinking about that zip up the midline of the body, so feeling like you're using the entire leg. Glutes are working, we're not just working the calves here. Connect to your abdominals, connect to that pelvic floor. We've got 4 more. 3, last 2, and last 1. Awesome, bend your knees, take a little rest, stretch it out. We've got 1 more position here. So big toes are gonna kiss. We're gonna internally rotate so your big toes are together. Press it out, we're dropping the heels and lifting. So legs are still straight. We're just moving at that ankle joint. But still thinking about pulling the belly in as you lift, as you exhale. Okay, last 3, 2, and last 1. Woo. Reach your heels towards the ceiling. A little stretch there. We'll go into some runners here. So on your toes, feet parallel. Go ahead and press it out. Drop one heel as the other knee bends. We'll just go back and forth there. So just kind of holding it on either side as long as you need to. Just giving those calves a nice stretch. Still getting in some ankle mobility work here. Making our feet work a little bit. Now let's hold each side for 3 deep breaths. So we're starting on our right side here. Just allowing that calf to stretch and melt, release. And switch. Down. Let's get our spines warmed up here. So bringing your feet down to the platform. Arms are reaching towards our feet. We've got nice long arms here, long neck reaching through the crown of the head. Deep breath in. You're going to exhale, press through your heels, tuck your tailbone, press your low back into the mat. We're lifting bone by bone up to that bridge. Deep breath in, exhale, chest and rib cage soften down, bone by bone. Tailbone's the very last thing to lengthen up. Let's go 3 more like that. Pressing the low back into the mat, rolling it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Finding your length at the top, so as you get to the top, reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the crown of the head. Deep breath in. Exhale, chest and ribcage, soften it down. Lengthen it all the way out. Tailbone's the last thing to land. 2 more. Moving through the breath. Allowing that spine to lengthen. Good, last one here, take your time, deep breath in, press your low back into the mat, press through your heels, slowly lifting it up. Find that length at the top, reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the crown of the head. Deep breath in. Exhale, melt it down. Awesome. So from there, you're gonna take your right foot and place that up on the foot bar. Left foot will stay down on the platform. Starting with some single leg bridges here. Deep breath in, you're gonna exhale, press down through your forearms and press through your heels to lift. So we're really feeling that stretch through the front of this left hip. You should feel like this is an activation and a nice stretch at the top all at the same time. And we're gonna go for 8 here. Take your time coming down. We don't want to just flop down out of this. We want to control that lower. Last 3. Last one. Awesome. So now taking that left leg and reaching it up towards the ceiling. We're burning out our legs today. You could have a bend in this knee or you could extend it all the way towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, exhale, lift. Almost like you're trying to tap the ceiling with that left heel. Pressing through that right heel. Spine is nice and straight. Good, 4 more. Last 2. Last one, we're gonna hold this at the top. We're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower down. Woo! Let's go for a little counter stretch there. So taking your right leg, or right ankle across the left knee. That figure 4 stretch. If this is a stretch for you, you can hold it there. Otherwise, you're gonna interlace those fingers behind your left thigh and just pull that leg in towards you. And you just kind of rock from side to side there. Awesome, so let's release that down. Now that right foot is gonna come down onto the platform. Left heel stays on the foot bar. Arms at your sides, starting with our bridge. So pressing through both heels to lift. Feeling that stretch through the right front of the hip. Also kind of thinking about using our upper body here, so making this a full body movement, pressing through the forearms. Thinking about stability through the spine here. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Awesome. And then taking this right leg, either reaching it straight up towards the ceiling or having a bend in that knee. Then we're going to press through the heel to lift those hips towards the ceiling. We're control that lower down. We don't want to just flop down out of that bridge. A lot of work is going on when we're lowering. 4 more. Try not to let the carriage move as best you can. Last two. Last one, let's hold it at the top. We're going for those pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Go for that counter stretch. So taking your left ankle, crossing it over your right knee. If that's a stretch, you're welcome to hang out there. Otherwise, make it a little deeper by interlacing your fingers behind that right thigh and pulling the leg towards you. And rock from side to side. Very nice. So taking that left leg down, let's roll it on up. We're going to change our spring tension. So let's take it down to one blue spring. We're going to go into some shoulder work. So if you do have shoulder issues, you could also do just one yellow spring. I'm just starting by getting our thoracic spine warmed up while we're sitting here. So we're straddling the carriage right now. Our heels are in alignment with our knees. Chest is lifted, ribs are stacked over hips. Let's go ahead and take those arms out right in front of you, palms facing in. Deep breath in. As you inhale, feel that rib cage rise up. We're gonna open it up to the right. Think about this as an active reach, so we're not just losing tension here and dropping. We're really reaching from fingertip to open up the thoracic and the chest. And then exhale, back to center, using those abdominals to pull yourself in. Deep breath in, open it up. Arms reach, reach, reach. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reach, open it up. Exhale, tummy draws in, back to center. Inhale, reach. Let's do one more on each side there. Last one. Awesome. So we're on one blue spring to start. We're going to come onto our knees. So facing our right here. And we're about 3 inches away from our shoulder rest. So reaching down to grab the strap that's closer to you. What I want you to notice here is our knees are about hip distance apart. And then we've got our heels together and our toes apart. So that's really just going to help you connect to those inner thighs and to your glutes a little bit more there. We're in neutral with our hips, so think about lengthening through the tailbone. So engaging those glutes, almost like the tailbone is trying to reach down towards the ground. So we've got 2 size loops here. You can go in the smaller loop for some more tension or the bigger one for less tension. So you can kind of feel it out, see what feels better for you. We're coming onto our right hand. Our right elbow is going to come in front of the body. So we want to try to keep that elbow in front of the body. It's going to want to rotate out to the right. Part of the work is to control it and keep it coming in, or keep it in. Deep breath in. We're going to exhale, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling and slowly lower down. So we want to feel here is a sense of length as we're reaching up. That right knee is reaching down. Last 3, 2, and last one. Awesome. From there, let's go ahead and switch hands. So that strap is going to come into your left hand. You're going to pull the strap across the body, leading with the elbow, and then flip the palm and press it out. So we're going from an internal rotation of the shoulder to an external rotation. So you might get a little momentum here, that's fine. Leading with the elbow as you pull. 3. Two. And last one. Awesome. From there, we'll switch hands again. So that strap is going to come back to the right hand. Our palms are facing in, arms in a W position. Deep breath in, we're going to exhale, reach those arms up towards the ceiling, fingertips come together. Take an exhale as you reach. Last two. Last one. Awesome. Switch hands again. Let's go on the longer strap this time. You're gonna pull your elbow into your side so it's glued at your rib cage. And we're just gonna go into some external rotation. So just externally rotating through the shoulder. It's a tiny movement. You can always use this right hand to guide the strap if you need a little less tension. And last 3, 2, and last one. Awesome. Keeping the strap in the left hand, we're going to side bend over, so our right hand is going to come down to the shoulder rest. Left palm is going to flip up towards the ceiling. And you want to think about pressing your hips forward like you're stuck between 2 plates of glass. Our gaze is towards this right hand so that we're not straining the neck. Pulling the left shoulder down, and then we're just bending at the elbow and extending up towards the ceiling. Almost like you're trying to punch up towards the ceiling. But we're really connecting through the obliques here, through the lat. Four more. Last 2. On this last one, that arm is going to extend all the way up towards the ceiling. We're going to stretch here, so you're just going to allow the strap to kind of slowly carry you back towards the risers, and then we're feeling that sense of reach. And then go ahead and hand that strap off to your right hand as you come down to add a little more tension. So we're going to add on a yellow spring, or if you were just working on a yellow, you could just switch it to a blue. And then we'll come back up to our knees, interlacing the fingers, soft bend in the elbows. Deep breath in. We're going to exhale. Twist towards the foot bar. And what we're trying to think about here is keeping those hips squared up, so we don't want to let the left hip come with us, almost as if your upper body is moving independently from the lower body. Drawing the tummy in. Last 3, 2, and last one. And then holding it at center, so hands are just right in front of the heart. You're going to take the hands into the chest and then exhale, draw your tummy in as you press those arms forward. So some anti-rotation here, trying not to allow ourselves to rotate. Last 2. Last one. Awesome. So let's go ahead and hang that strap up. We'll come down to our mermaid position. So knees are going to come to the left, knees and hips, and then feet come to the right. Our left hand is going to come onto the foot bar, chest is lifted, right arm reaches back towards the risers. Deep breath in, exhale, we're going to come up and over. So pressing the carriage out as we reach up and over, and then softening the elbow as you come back in. We want to think about keeping this right hip heavy. That's our anchor point. So even if it's not all the way down to the carriage, that's okay. But it's our point in which we're stretching away from. Last 3. Taking your time at the end of that movement. Just get that stretch. 2. Last 1. We're gonna reach up and over. Place that right hand onto the foot bar. Twist your chest towards the ground. Press it all the way out for a nice stretch. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Chest comes up through the arms. Breathing all the way in. Press it back out. Lower the chest back down towards the springs. Shoulder blades glide down the back. Chest comes up through the arms. And last one. And then right arm's gonna reach up and back. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and take that yellow spring off. So coming back down to a blue, or you can come down to one yellow. And we'll get started on our other side. So I'm going to look at my back side now. So we're about 3 inches away from this shoulder rest. Heels are together, toes apart. I'm going to reach up and grab this strap. So the strap is going to go in your left hand to start. And then we're bringing the elbow in front of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, press it up towards the ceiling. Got 4 more. So our tailbone is neutral, so we're reaching that tailbone down to the ground. Abdominals are engaged. Thighs working. And last one. Awesome, let's go ahead and switch hands. So that strap is coming into the right hand. You're gonna lead with the elbow, pull the strap across the body, press it towards the foot bar. We're kind of coming up at an angle here. Internal to external rotation. Last 2. Last one. Awesome. And then placing that strap into the left hand, arms are going to come up into a W position. Deep breath in. Exhale. Arms reach up towards the ceiling, fingertips come together. time, we're gonna go into the longer loop this time. Go ahead and pull your elbow in close to your body so it's glued to your rib cage. And then we're just going into that external rotation. It's just a little movement here, but a lot of work for those little shoulder muscles. Rotator cuff. Last two. Last one. Awesome. And then coming into our side bend, so our left hand comes onto the shoulder rest. Right elbow is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Flip your palm up so it's facing the ceiling. Press your hips forward like you're stuck between two plates of glass. And we're pulling that right shoulder down. Gaze is towards the left hand. And then we're just pressing it up towards the ceiling. Last two. Last one. Keep that arm straight. We're reach up towards the ceiling. And then slowly just allow that arm to come back towards the risers. Getting that nice lat stretch. Come on down to your knees. And then we're passing that strap onto your left hand. Reach down, add a little more tension. Whether it's just increasing it to one blue or having a blue and a yellow on. And we'll come back up to kneeling. Fingers interlace. And then our arms are like we're holding a beach ball here. So soft bend in the elbows. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist towards the foot bar. So keeping the hips squared up and not allowing that right hip to rotate with you. I just want to imagine you're trying to press this right hip forward in opposition as we're twisting. Last two. Last one. Awesome. And our arms are going to come directly out in front of us, just right in front of your heart. Palms come in towards the heart, and then press it all the way out. So anti-rotation here. Use that exhale, draw your tummy in as the arms come forward. Last three, two, and last one. Awesome, let's go ahead and hang that strap up. We're gonna come down into our mermaid position, so feet come to the left, hips to the right. Right hand comes onto the foot bar, left arm is reaching towards the risers. Deep breath in, press it all the way out, and then reach that left arm up and over towards the foot bar. As that left arm reaches back, we're softening the elbow. And then just making sure that that right shoulder doesn't creep up into your ear. Last two. Last one. We're going to reach up and over, twist your chest towards the ground, press it all the way out. Okay, deep breath in, big stretch. And we're gonna exhale, pull the shoulder blades down the back, chest comes up through the arms, all the way in, and then pressing it all the way back down, lowering your chest down towards the springs. Shoulder blades glide down the back. And last two. Last one. That left arm reaches up and over. All right, so let's take it down to one glue spring. I'm gonna pop that yellow off. And then we'll also take our shoulder rests out. We're gonna go to some sideline hip work. And we'll go ahead and lay on our right side to start. And of course, if you need a little pillow or something, feel free to grab that. You can just use your arm as a pillow, or you can place something right here if you have neck issues and you need a little more support. So we just want to make sure that our spine is lined up with the back of the carriage. And then before we even start moving here, we just want to get our setup correctly. So I want you guys to just extend that left leg over the foot bar. And what you want to feel here is a lengthening out through the oblique and that hip pulling down. So that's what we're going to be looking for even as we strap our leg. We don't want to feel like we're crunched up, like our hip is up into our rib cage. We want to feel this nice length. So you can even place a hand on your left hip as we're working here if you need to. So starting by just looping our top foot. We're going in the bigger loop, the longer loop. And then pressing it all the way out towards the foot bar and finding that length that we just found. So just to start, we're gonna start by bending our knee and just coming to about 90 degrees. So we don't want that knee to come up too high or we're gonna lose tension. So just 90 degrees and then pressing it back towards the foot bar. You almost even want to feel like there's a little bit of space underneath that right oblique and the mat. You don't just want your right side collapsing down into the mat. We want to keep our obliques working here as we work the legs. We're flexing through the foot. It's almost like we're trying to push that heel towards the foot bar. Last two. Last one. Very nice. Let's extend that leg all the way out. And then the left leg is going to sweep forward. Hip pulls back as that leg sweeps forward. And then we're just pulling it back into alignment with your hip. Flexing through the heel. Connecting to that back body. So you want to feel a sense of opposition as that hip pulls back and the leg sweeps forward. Last three. Two. Last one. Awesome, so going into our half circles here, you're gonna rainbow the leg up and forward, and then sweep the leg back like we were just doing. So rainbow up and forward, sweep it back, and it's not the size of the circle that matters. It's all about keeping that stability. So you can go small with these. Last two. one. And then we'll go ahead and reverse that. So that left leg's gonna sweep forward, rainbow it up and back. We got 4 more here. Last one. Very nice. So just bend your knee. Just allow that leg to rest for a sec. We've got one more move here. So that leg is going to go straight and sweep forward right out in front of you. And then we're going to externally rotate. Internally rotate. So your toes are coming towards the ground. And then from there, we're just going to lift the heel up towards the ceiling. So keeping that leg straight out in front for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that glute is tired. Beautiful, let's go ahead and hang that strap up. We'll come up for a quick stretch. So coming up to seated and then just crossing this left ankle over the right knee. So go ahead and dive forward there. Few breaths. We're keeping our good posture, straight spine, just tipping forward. And then we'll go ahead and scoop our left knee up. So giving yourself a hug and then almost like you're trying to lift your left hip up and out. And we're just gonna look over that left shoulder. And the more you think about lengthening the tailbone here, the more you'll feel this stretch. And go ahead and release that, and let's do the other side. So coming onto our left side now, we're making sure that we're lined up with the back of the reformer. This left knee is just bent, that's our tripod and the supportive leg. And then we can just be resting on our left arm here. So again, we're finding length as we strap the foot, make sure that there's length through the hips. So imagine a straight line from hip to hip, and then we're not allowing this hip to hike up this whole time. So looping that right foot. And then just starting by extending that leg all the way, so our heel's in alignment with our hip. And you're just going to go ahead and bend your knee about 90 degrees and then press it towards the foot bar. We're keeping some tension. Keeping those obliques working. Last 2. Last one. Good, extend it all the way. And you're going to sweep that leg forward. Hip pulls back as the leg sweeps forward. And then pull back into alignment with the hip. So feeling the sense of opposition as that leg sweeps forward and the hip pulls back. Last 2. Last one. Then going into our half circles, so that leg is going to rainbow forward and sweep back. one. And go ahead and reverse that direction, leg sweeps forward, rainbow back. Last two. Last one. Awesome. Bend your knee, take a little rest there. We've got one more move. So that leg is going to come directly out in front of you. Internally rotate from the hip so toes face the ground. You're going to lift and lower, so lifting that heel up towards the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Go ahead and unmove that foot. Hang your strap up. Come feet to the floor. Go for our counter stretch here. So right ankle crosses over the left knee. And then just tipping forward. Keeping your spine nice and straight. And then we'll give this knee a hug. So scooping it up, the right knee. Almost like we're trying to lift the femur out of the socket. And then we're gonna look over that right shoulder. So the more you can lengthen this tailbone, the deeper of a stretch you'll get. Awesome, go ahead and release that. And then let's grab our shoulder rests, place those back in. So we're going to keep it on one glue spring. Stand up and come into the well of your machine. So feet are hip distance apart, we're parallel. I'm going to go ahead and dive forward, so hands are going to come onto the shoulder rests. Deep breath in, you're going to exhale, tuck your tailbone. We're looking towards our inner thighs. You're going to use your belly to pull the carriage towards you. Arms stay straight. Inhale, release, and hips extend back. Look up towards the foot bar. Deep breath in. Use that exhale, use your abdominals, almost like we're doing a standing crunch here, / cat-cow. So looking up towards the foot bar, releasing the hips back, and then pushing down into the ground, tucking your tailbone, drawing your belly in, pull the carriage towards you. Soft bend in the knees as you release it forward. Let's go 3 more. Last one. Awesome, and then taking your left foot, it's gonna come up onto the headrest. Take a step back with that right foot, and we're up on our toes on our right foot. Dropping the hip forward for a hip flexor stretch. Big deep breath. And then we'll press it back and roll to your left heel. Bow your torso down for that hamstring. We're just gonna go back and forth there. So for 3 times here. Really allowing your hip to drop forward. Awesome. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So left foot comes down to the ground, right foot comes up to the headrest. We're up on our toes on that left foot, dropping the hip forward. Hands are just staying on the shoulder rests. And then roll to your heel, bow your torso down. Last one here, take your time in that stretch, allowing that hip to drop forward. Roll to your heel, release it back. And place that right foot back down onto the ground. And you guys are all done. Good job, everybody. Thanks for joining me.